Welcome to TechTalks.com. In this video, we shall look at the topic called the probability theory. That is the first topic under statistics and probability. So our first topic is probability theory. So under probability theory, we are going to look at some terms that we use under this probability theory. But before we continue, someone may ask himself that what is probability? What is probability? Probability, when you are answering him or her, you just say that is the measure of chance. Is the measure of chance of an event to occur or not to occur. An event to occur or not to occur. The chance that you measure is what we are calling the probability. So we may say that tomorrow it will rain, but there is also another possibility that tomorrow it won't rain. So out of those two, what is the probability that tomorrow it will rain? So what is the chance that tomorrow it will rain? So that's the meaning of the word probability. But before we go so far, or before we go further, there is what we are calling terms we are going to use. Terms we are going to use in this topic or under this topic. That is the terms used. So the first term we are going to look at is called sample space, and is denoted as S. Sample space. Sample space, we say that this is a set of events that is occurring. The sample space is the set of the event that is occurring. Is the set of the event that is occurring, or the event occurring. The event occurring. So if you have that, if you throw a dice once, if you toss a dice once, so that dice is having sample space or sample space, which is a set of 1. The dice has 1, and then there's a side of 2, there's a side of 3, a side of 4, side of 5, a side of 6. So this one is the dice. So if you toss that dice once, and then you are most likely to get this 6 figures, or that is 1 up to 6. So the set of these 6 numbers that you are most likely to get is what we are calling the sample space S. So the number of sample space will equal to the number of this item which are here. So if you want to get the number of sample space S will be equaling to, or you count those events. So the number will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the number of sample space of a dice is 6. So if you toss a coin, for a coin, this one was for a dice. So if you toss a coin once for a coin, if you toss a coin once, what is the sample space of a coin? So for a coin, you know that a coin has a head and a tail. So our sample space or sample space for a coin will be a head and a tail. So our number of sample space will be 2. So otherwise, if you toss a coin once, in order for you to get a head or a coin, it will be determined out of the sample space of 2. That is our first term. And then the second term we shall use is an event. Is event. So event is denoted as A. By definition, event is the subset of sample space. Event is the subset of sample space. Event is just a subset of sample space. That if you toss a coin once, okay? If you toss a coin once, that is, if you toss a coin once and you say that out of that coin for me I want a 8. So in your coin you will say that I want the event for me to occur as the 8. For me I want to get the 8. So out of the sample space of the coin, that is 8 and the 8 and the tail, for you want what? A head. So if you want a head, then a head is already a subset of S. So this head or event of it occurring as a head is a subset of sample space. Then what is the number of the event? The number of the event, you count those events which are there. If you have 1, you put it as 1. If you have 2, you put 2. Then the third term, it will be the probability of an event. Probability of an event is just the number of events that occurred out of the sample space. So probability of an event E is given by number of event E divided by number of sample space S. So taking the example you have been looking at, number of event for, we have said only we are considering for a coin, that is number of event was 1 out of sample space, it is 2. So our probability become a half, or you can call it 0.5. So that one become your probability of choosing on a head that is occurring when a coin is tossed once. So that one is our third term that we shall use. Then let us go ahead and look at other terms. So other terms that we can look on. So we can look on other terms. The first other terms, the first one, we are looking at what we are called the intersection of event. The intersection of event. If you are given event or two events, that is A and B, the probability of this event to occur together is what we are calling the intersection of these two events, and that probability is given as, or is noted as, probability of A intersection B. This one means the probability of A and B to occur together. So this one is what we are calling the intersection of these events. So when you are given two events and they tell you to determine the probability of A and B to occur together, then that one they mean that to get the probability of A intersection B. Then if you finish the probability of intersection, we go union of an event. So union of an event given two events A and B, then, and if they tell you that the probability of event A, or this one, not it, B or both, find the probability of event A or B or both to occur. Here they mean that find the probability of A or B or both to occur. Otherwise, they will be requiring you to get the probability of the union of that set, which is given as probability of A union B. If you find this statement here, it will be meaning or provoking you to find this probability of A intersection, I mean A union B. And then numerically it's got by, or the formula of getting probability of A union B is given by, you get the probability of A, then you add a probability of B, then after you subtract the probability of A intersection B. Then by doing that one, you have determined the probability of A union B. So, after determining the probability of A union B, then you can still determine the probability of A intersection B. This one means that if you want the probability of A intersection B, you will get probability of A intersection B. You bring this one this side and then the other one go the other side. You still have probability of A plus probability of B, then minus probability of A union B. Now from the formula, you just need to rearrange the formula and you get what you want. Here, if you want to get probability of A, still you will rearrange the formula and you get what you want. So that's how you just need to understand the formula. That's the first formula, and then you can rearrange. What are we going to look at next? We are going to look at what we are calling the component.
This man is in a
the complement of A. Complement. So we are going to look at what we are calling the complement of event of an event. Complement of event. So if you are given the event A, if you are given event, if given event A, then the complement of event A is denoted as the complement of event A is denoted as A with this kaba. This one means A complement. This one means A complement. Otherwise, when you have this one, means that event A not to occur. So long as if they have given you event A, and the probability of event A not to occur will always be denoted by this one. So if you have also B, and they have put this one means that the probability of B not to occur is denoted as B complement, or is referred to as B complement. So whenever you have anything on complement, and then they tell you that probability of one of those one not to occur, that one is called the complement. So if you have that one, then that's how we shall get. So for example, let us say for events A and B, Then if you want to get for events A and B, if you get that event A, that is probability of A, plus its complement, plus the probability of complement of A, will always give you 1. Then if you also get probability of B, plus the probability of the complement of B, you get 1. Then if you have probability of A union B, plus the probability of A union B complement, you will get 1. Also, if you get probability of A intersection B, plus the probability of A intersection B complement, still you get 1. So that's how we shall get these probabilities. So we meet in the next session. Thank you for viewing.